feel that noise here in the valve cover. So this might be real expensive real quick. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the drive belt off of this thing. So let's try her again. I don't feel what I was hearing anymore in the valve cover. So with the drive belt off, I don't have the noise anymore. So I mean, that could be anything. That could be the water pump. We just got to start checking stuff. So let's cut this motor off. And of course, by doing that, the battery light's going to be on because the alternator's not charging. So don't run it like this for too long, especially if you've got an old ass battery. That doesn't sound too good. I don't feel nothing there. Nothing in the water pump. Nothing in the idler. Put my hand on the valve cover again. I can hear something, listen. Oh, here's my glove. Listen. I think the problem's in the alternator. I know the tensioner pulley doesn't sound good either, but the big noise is the alternator. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap him out, put the factory one back in, and put the belt back on and see where we're at. This is why sometimes it pays to, think of the big picture when you're installing shit like high output alternators. In this case, all I had to do was take the fuse out here for the alternator feed. And as a result, I don't have to touch the battery at all. Well, batteries. And, well, that could save me some headaches. Good thing I saved my old alternator and old belt. Well, factory alternator, factory belt. And I don't think I'm going to need a 300 amp fuse for that. So I just popped a different one in there. That is such a fucking relief, you have no idea. I think I should hear her listen. Like a... Hear it. So, no biggie, just send it back to McMahon, have it repaired and get it back and get on slapping. Man, you guys have no idea how relieved I am that it's not engine noise in this thing, because I really thought it was, you know what I mean? The problem, if you'll even call it a problem, the problem with this thing is because, the whole interior sound deadened, the hood sound deadened. I really didn't hear any noise. And it was actually one morning, it was cold as fuck. I remote started the truck. It was only because I was, walking out of my house to the truck and I was like, oh shit. I really thought the motor was fucked up. And we're at like, fuck, man. You know, 188,000 miles, I wouldn't be surprised if there was something, up with the motor, you know what I mean? This isn't going to be a one-size-fits-all video. I guess the main reason for me doing this is just showing, isolating the noise from, the engine itself or something on the belt drive, which in this case turned out to be, a problem with the alternator. Another thing that kind of popped up today that's kind of important, and that's saving your old shit. You know what I mean? In this case, I replaced my old high output alternator with a refurbished AC Delco, and I used that just until I got up the money to get the McMahon, and now the refurbished one's back in there. It's a good thing I didn't throw that thing away. It's a good thing that I didn't throw my OEM belt away. I mean, it's not the original belt, but it was the one that I was using, with the refurbished alternator. So it's good that I held on to that shit. You know what I'm saying? I can, and I probably will go into some stories where, not saving the factory parts really fucked people's shit up. You know what I mean? Well, not really fuck their shit up, but mostly fuck their bank account up. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm reporting in from the future. Well, not really like the future, but the future from when what you just saw was filmed. Anyway, my truck was acting goofy one day, and I was looking at some data, and I had some codes in here. This is P0621 for what's called generator L terminal circuit. Who cares? And the other one was for a cooling fan speed sensor circuit. I think it was from running the truck without the belt on. I don't think I've ever seen or heard of that before, so I guess it's just worth noting. I thought it was important to throw that out there, just in case you run across this and, you might think it's a problem. Well, it's not. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm not even going to clear the codes out. I'm living on the edge. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe, and I like cake. Especially when it's really good cake.